and I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do, lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do, lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do, lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, leave it in the street, case on the news. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched and I better get set in. Finish him, mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue one, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank.
My bad, I started the stream a little early. Give me a few minutes. If you're not watching this live, just fast forward a few minutes. But give me just a minute to do a quick bathroom break and get me another drink and quick smoke break. So 3 to 5 minutes tops. My apologies.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
So, this here's franchise mode. Taking over the Bears, as you see. I have done a lot of work to get who I want. Not sure. Is it this? There used to be. Yeah, here it is. So I've got my own peoples, and I've got Michigan peoples. I worked hard to get, like, let's see, Bush, Gary, Winovich, Braden, Magnuson, Glasgow, Schofield, LeBron. Even Matt Wow. Smith, Jerry Chestnut. I've got this saved and labeled as my Chicago Wolverines. Is my Michigan Wolverine team in the pros. And, I'm an Illinois guy. Well, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say and explain here. College sports, Michigan, University of Michigan. But when it comes to pros and that, I mean, I was born and raised, with the exception of my adopted father, with the exception of him, I was born and raised in a family that's all Illinois and Chicago. University of Illinois Fighting Illini, Chicago Bears, Chicago Blackhawks, Chicago Cubs, Chicago Bulls. That's what I was raised on. So, I'm still Blackhawks, Bulls, Bears. I don't watch. I mean, I'll watch hockey sometimes. But as far as pro sports go, I don't really watch any of them. Basketball, football, any of it anymore. I'm mainly focused on college, which for me, the black sheep, the oddball of the family, Michigan Wolverines. University of Michigan Wolverines. So I take all my Wolverine alumni and try to consolidate them underneath the logo of Chicago Bears. For the longest time now, I've been focusing on the face of the franchise. So, one last game before calling it a night. We're going to go ahead and run offense and defense here. Not just one player, quarterback. And to explain me being quarterback for Green Bay on face of the franchise, I got drafted to the Broncos, was there for 4 years. I had the opportunity to take a look at free agency and see what was out there, who would look at me and who wanted me. The one that paid the most was the Green Bay Packers. Bears did not show an interest yet. So I figured, perhaps if I get in the same division and they see me play and we play against each other a lot, maybe they'll be interested to see about trying to take me or something, or give me an offer. So we'll see. My plan for face of the franchise is just really just go as much as I can, and if I get to the Bears, if I ever get on the Bears, then I'll just stay with the Bears. Although I may have screwed up with the Packers, because, it was the highest paying contract, highest paying offer, but I believe it also may have been the longest. I think it was a 7-year contract. Oh. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Khalil Mack. Devin Bush. Kyle Fuller. That's all I've got, really? Huh.
Camara Drive-In. Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, 2017 Offensive Rookie of the Year, Alvin Kamara. Fresh off a big performance a week ago, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Chicago Bears. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Seated next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, this one featuring a couple of playoff teams from a season ago, back at it again in 2019.
And we both felt the confidence from both of these teams, right? They feel like they will be back in the playoffs again, but they shouldn't be overconfident. 7 teams last year made the playoffs that didn't make it the previous year, so you're not assured of going back year after year.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Drew Brees getting ready to lead out the Saints. Last year, of course, another big one for number 9. Set the all-time passing yards mark, moving past Peyton Manning. Finished second in the MVP balloting and led the Saints to within a whisker of their first Super Bowl berth since 2010.
Ready, yellow lady. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. What? Can I?
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Yeah, let's go 2nd.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On a jet sweep, this is Dawson. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Let's get a quick look at the Saints offense.
And they come off a tough loss last week, and what's their reward? A 2nd straight road game. Rarely are teams happy about scheduling. They're always calling the league office saying, how come we have this game and that game? But when you're coming off of a loss on the road and you go right into another one, that's a difficult task.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Shotgun now for Breeze. Going up top. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them in practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
Get off the field, defense.
They don't give it here to his running back. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Good break up, baby.
And now a look at the offense for Chicago.
And they should come in pretty well rested because they had their open week last week. Ideally, all teams want to have that open week later in the year rather than this early. But you make do with what they give you. So you take the time off, rest up, heal up, and come in ready to play.
Bust through the tackle. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Chicago. Their mobile quarterback, 76 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So an electrifying run there as he calls his own number and takes it all the way.
Brings a new dynamic to this offense, doesn't he? And right now I'm picturing the offensive coordinator, the head coach in their minds, drawing up some more running plays for this guy because he brings some excitement to this offense.
And just a young rookie, a lot of electricity yet to come in this career. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit at covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Breeze. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
First down. Tight end Ringo. Tight end's on Ringo. Tight end's on Ringo.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time. Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
First catch for last year's NFL catch leader, and it's a first down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38. On the counter, here's Kamara. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Get ready.
Play action. Breeze. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And Old Mo is a very, very football man.
Here's Breeze. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all.
Oh, dude, why didn't you leave?
A.J. Klein. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. Looking middle, and that's complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, rather getting the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Now Breeze on 3rd down. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Let's go, baby.
Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got his man in the crossing route. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He pitches it. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
Let's go.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick, but instead it falls down incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A quick throw to the left flat, and he's got it. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
30 base. They can't hang with us. Speed trip.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Ready? Man left. Hey! Spin!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half as the Bears push further out in front. Well, Charles, he's already proven that he's not afraid to tuck that football down on the option, and he's into the end zone for the 2nd time in the game.
That's exactly what you need from your quarterback. The ability to run the ball fearlessly. And, in fact, many quarterbacks will tell you running the football doesn't scare them. Standing in the pocket and taking blindside hits, that's what terrifies them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Well, a couple of good division battles coming up in primetime this weekend, starting tonight with Sunday Night Football, Eagles and Cowboys from AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Then tomorrow on Monday night, it's the defending champs, the Patriots, on the road at MetLife Stadium to take on the Jets. 2 not to miss to close out Week 6. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Now a play fake. Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 2. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. J.U. Chesson, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. The 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates. Find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rashawn Gary. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Now Kamara. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Now Breeze looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. He had a little bit of a turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the...
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, a lot of things have to go right for an option pitch to be successful. Everything lined up there on the long run.
It does, because you have to make the proper read. Doesn't matter what guy you've decided is going to be read on the defensive front. You still have to execute it. If he comes to the quarterback, you saw there, pitch it out to the running back, and off he goes. A lot of teams don't like to run the option because they don't like having their quarterback hit.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And a route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here now, a look at Drew Brees in our players' spotlight. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
Yeah, I know they'd like to erase that video of those 4 sacks. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Rush in.
To throw, it's Brees. He gets it to Thomas. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Throwing now is Brees. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Fielded just inside the 20. He won't go down. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Chicago. Covered a lot of ground there, 81 yards on the punt return. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And a route is on here in this first half. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it up. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Breeze on the bootleg.
Oh, damn.
His throw is going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler Michael Thomas was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it, and I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Bears take over. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean 1st half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. 33 yards that time.
First play of the drive, excellent run, just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another 1st down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress.
Oh,
as well
dude,
as
how
scores
did you
from
not
earlier
catch
today.
that?
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. They'll set up the screen to Smith. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. There goes a deep ball, end zone. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys continue. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And the route is on here in this 1st half. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Breeze now. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. Complete. Smith has it. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now, Breeze again. Looking for Gannon. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They've played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Onto the field now come the Bears. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe 1 completion away from giving their kicker a shot. And that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll set up to throw. Open man is Chesson. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. J.U. Chesson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
That 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And this is Cook with a grab. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. 4 receivers now in the formation, 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. Here's Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one, a first down pickup of 8. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where you see the final score there. 27-14, the final tally. From there, we're out to check out another game. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. 28-14 was your final score. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. 28-7, your final score. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
61, matchbox, lights. Get it.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And guy's man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. What a boost for this offense that he can throw in a run like that after the success that he's had throwing the football.
I love that, being able to mix in something a little bit different just when you're starting to think that's all you're going to see. He changed it up, flipped the script on him, and boy, did it work to his offense's benefit.
They'll look to throw here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Alex Anzalone coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 11, and finding the tight end Wilson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Looking to throw. Guy's man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to pour it on. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that will extend this big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. To throw on 2nd and 10.
Damn.
He's got Smith here. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Let's go.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll run. This is Kamara. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Breeze's throw on target to Cook. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now Breeze. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Turn around, dude.
Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear.
That is one positive.
Leave the booth.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the 1st rounder out of UTSA with a sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll give to Smith out of the gun. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire. He's got a man. Complete. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
Check safety, check safety.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
Shit, I just stood there and let him go by me.
He's at the 30. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. He's got a 1st down inside the midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Marcus Davenport able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. On the ground, this is Kamara. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They run it again with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said,
he's got the lead, and there he goes. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Breeze now to throw. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. He's got his man. This is Jackson. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is fielded at the 27. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you someone has sent word into the offensive line that he's got a chance to get over 200 on this drive. That should give them a little extra motivation because they love it when backs break that barrier.
Absolutely. Let's see if he can do it. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Get it.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And
Oh, dude!
Complete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
Here I come. Here I come. Check this.
Powerful running. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Let's go.
64.
2nd and 2. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got it at the 15. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 48 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 15-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Did you hear that? Do you hear that?
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She filled it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was finished by the touchdown run from the 15. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Breeze finding Kamara. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because I think blowout.
Because you won every game.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams. Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks. Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Now back to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Okay, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Watch the screen.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On play action, it's Breeze. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. One final try here for Breeze. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Here's Thomas Morstead now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Chicago, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Excuse me.
Check the wrist, man, got him hot. Ay, man, can't go like this, man. Lord, pass the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards.
I screwed up with him.
Run it up, 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 count it up. Ay, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she wanted like me cause I blame, she can't count on him. She tried to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him. We need more, tell him we need more. Putting numbers on the board like I'm keeping score. Ay, 16 cars in my front yard. Ay, 30 on my wrist, well, point to God. Big numbers, 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100 minute incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in, so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in the prison, man, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up their eyes, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions, daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Thanks for watching. Till next time, go blue.